Hello, I'm here with Marcin Bober. Hi Marcin.
Hello.
We are at UX Poland 2016 at Copernicus Science Center. Our main subject of the conference this year is responsibility in design, and I would like to ask you, Marcin, what does it mean for you?
Well, responsible design is not only kind of understanding the problem users have, but also kind of trying to imagine like what kind of bigger problem we want to solve. So when we have people who work in certain disciplines and we try to kind of build tools for them, it's very important that we kind of not only understand how to make it, let's say, better by automation or by hiding some sort of complexity from them, but it's very important to kind of sometimes embrace this complexity because it's part of their job to understanding. But it's even wider than like utilitarian interfaces. Generally, people are curious, I would say. Curiosity is a very important part of our life. And so sometimes, as interaction designers, we try to kind of hide this. And this is not what we should be doing because it's like taking away something.
So would you say that something can be well designed and serve its purpose and take user through the process smoothly, but harm him at the same time by oversimplifying matters?
Yeah, like we have those problems with like we have smart, like we have with the recent advances in artificial intelligence, we are finally able to kind of like sense some things from people that kind of think for them, but it not always works. And that there's a lot of cases like that. For example, in automotive industry, that you have cars which are kind of semi-automatic. Even with standard cars, you now have this adaptive cruise control, which actually allows you to drive a car without really doing anything, just sitting there and it's driving itself. But if there's a problem, like there's like a lot of issues around that. So if there's an accident, who's the guilty of the accident? Is it the computer or like manufacturer of the car or it's you? And the same problems we have when we have like, for example, like there are also some moral issues in place.
Well, actually, you mentioned an important thing because when you think about it, how you program such automated car, you will bump into an inevitable conflict because, in one hand, who will drive a car, or actually who will buy the car that will put your life second? And is it moral, for example, to program a car to protect the passenger, the owner, at any cost? Like where you draw the line?
Yes.
And it's kind of messed up. I mean, I'm really curious how they will try to market this responsible and moral position.
I would say it's difficult, as I say, because those are new challenges which never existed before, and that's very important, I think. And the other thing is like when you have those smart cars, they actually you don't have to drive anymore, and sometimes it's good, but a lot of people actually take pleasure from driving a car. So it will have probably impact also on the car design because people generally tend to spend a lot of money to like have like a more powerful car, better driving, better steering. If you have like a automated car, maybe it doesn't matter. It's becoming like a dishwasher. And not something object of desire, and it takes all the fun in a way. That it's like you're buying a kind of car which is as emotionless as dishwasher or fridge.
Yeah, it's gonna change definitely. But what do you think is gonna happen, say over the next year, 5 years? What trends you expect to grow? What's gonna be the next big thing?
I think we already reached the point of very strong advances in artificial intelligence, and we are just at the beginning of trying to kind of investigate how to use that power. This is something which happened just recently, that we have kind of new, better ways. If you ever know, like if you ever use Google Photos, you see how precise it is in, for example, recognizing people, but also recognizing abstract things. Recently, Google created algorithm beat Lisa game of Go master, grandmaster, and that was very difficult because, like, to win in Go, it's not like as easy for a computer as to win with chess, because with chess it's just a brute force. If you want to beat a Go player in this game, you have to make a computer which have intuition, and that's much more difficult than just having raw computing power to just test all the combinations, because that's what you can do with chess. And you cannot do that.
So empathy and some kind of abstract approach. That's well, I didn't know that we are already there.
Yes, that's quite amazing what happened with we tend to think that computers are more powerful because they just can test all the combinations, but actually by using their brute power to analyze everything, but actually it's one step. We are one step beyond, and that will be in itself like a challenge for interaction designers and for all kinds of people who design or build computer systems, how to use that algorithms to really improve human lives. Because we can think about, like, in the distant future, that some of the jobs might be completely automatized, like especially those which does not require, like, this requires some mental power, but not like super advanced, let's say, not super creative. So it might have a deep impact on the society, I would say.
Okay, this sounds like big changes, and we're gonna face a lot of tough questions. Right now I think we kind of still look at gadgets that expand our ecosystems. What do you think from the things that we have on the market that are coming, that are becoming buzzwords? What do you think is gonna be the more important? What's gonna fade away? We're looking at, I don't know, beacons, the whole Internet of Things, the virtual reality, claiming to be as important as the real realities.
Yeah,
soon.
Beacons and sensors, they kind of like make it easier for computers to predict our behavior and predict behavior in general. So it has a good side and a bad side, because, like, obviously there might be some privacy issues if you know a lot about the person, especially if you have such things at home. I mean, they know everything about you, and that's like it can be very advantageous, like, but it can also be kind of difficult to handle for people, for the users, and also for the governments, maybe for companies. So
yeah. Recently there was this discussion between Apple and FBI about where actually the jurisdiction should reach into, and it's gonna grow probably. We're gonna bump into those things more often. You probably often encounter problems of big data and how far it reaches into our lives. Do you think we're gonna live in a society that is be much more transparent to the government, or you think companies are gonna separate the data and anonymize it more? Like, how would you expect this to develop?
Actually, to be honest, I don't know much about it, so I actually don't know how this will develop. It's hard for me to kind of like think about it. I don't think I'm qualified to respond that much. I could think of an answers, but like not really.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Marcin.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing to UX Poland, and I'm looking forward to talking with you some more.
It was great,
you.
great pleasure to be here. Thanks.